Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm sorry I am not with you today, but I want to make sure that even though you're doing these warm-ups, you're feeling like you are getting the answers and being able to check your work. So the question I asked you to respond to today is basically someone says, well, climate change is natural. Temperatures have fluctuated. Carbon dioxide levels have fluctuated in the past. So how is this any different? So you could have gone maybe a couple ways with this, but the main points that I'm looking for you to talk about, one, we know this evidence from ice cores. So ice cores are what are able to tell us what past climates were like. It's not some scientist being like, well, I think back in the day. It actually is real data that they're collecting. The second thing that you would want to bring up in this kind of discussion is that, yes, climate change is natural. Okay, so climates do change naturally. And from the Inconvenient Truth video, we saw that on an 800,000-year-old ice core, we saw temperatures go up and down and up and down and up and down and up, right? So the climate was changing. The temperatures on the planet were getting warmer. Let's say this was high temperatures and this is low temperatures. And along with that, we saw the carbon dioxide levels kind of moving in tandem with it. So we saw carbon dioxide levels rising and falling and rising and falling, rising and falling. So the first part of that argument is right, that climates do change naturally. And some reasons for that might be volcanoes, because they can put out a lot of greenhouse gases by exploding. And they also put out a lot of rocks, which you're actually going to talk about in today's activity, that creates a lot of dust. That's natural. It's not humans out there urging the volcanoes to explode. So volcanoes could do that. Maybe there's like a really windy time. The climate changes and everything's really windy, and it's able to pick up a lot of dirt and dust. So maybe high winds for some reason. There was a change in the climate. You could also have forest fires, right? That would put a lot of gases, a lot of carbon that was stored in those trees would be released into the atmosphere, and it would also create a lot of dust. So forest fires. And then another one is like if an asteroid came in and vaporized as it hit the planet and it shot dust everywhere, that could also add dust into the planet. So yes, climates do change naturally. But if you watch the rest of the Inconvenient Truth video, you see that where we are right now, our carbon dioxide levels, they've been down here. The carbon dioxide levels right now are way up here. So while climate change is natural, where we are right now isn't natural at all. And that's because we're taking that carbon that's been stored in fossil fuels in timeout, we're taking it up and we're adding it into the atmosphere, into the system, and the system can't really deal with it. So this amount, sorry, it's going through my notes. This is what we have added. Humans have added. So it's pretty clear that even though climates can change naturally, where we are right now isn't natural at all. And if CO2 and temperature have such a close relationship, I'm scared to think about what is going to happen to this temperature in the next decade. He also mentioned that from here, like this amount of space, that is an ice age, right? If you take this temperature and you cool it down to here, that's an ice age. So like, what does that mean on the warm end? So that's kind of a recap of inconvenient truth from last week, how climates change naturally, but how what we're in right now isn't natural at all. So today, that was your warm up. And today you're going to be working on an activity about sea ice and albedo. It's a web quest, so go ahead and work through that. And tomorrow you'll be doing review for the test on Wednesday. Have a great day. Please be kind, and I will see you on Wednesday.